Hey, welcome to the Leadership Boost. This is your host, Sean Smith, and you are with me on another episode talking about leadership, taking you in another small step towards developing your leadership so that you can have more inspiration, more influence, and greater impact wherever you are and whatever you're doing right now. I've experienced the good, the bad, the ugly, the best, and the worst of leadership over the years. I just never realized how much impact leadership had on my life, and how much leadership has impact upon other people's lives. All we know about is those that stand in office or stand in some position somewhere, and we don't and have great status or celebrity status, and we think that that's leadership, but not necessarily. What I've discovered over the years is that people sometimes are very gifted in ability but have no idea on how to lead people, how to impact people, because leadership is in fact all about people. It's about how you engage, how you communicate, how you relate, the journey that you take them on, how much they can grow because you are a leader, how you better people's lives and the next generation and the generation after them. I'm tired of leaders coming and making promises, but they never ever tell you what is down the line, what is the future. They don't leave any legacy. Their legacy is always their name and their money, their pocket, their status, etc. That's not legacy, that's ambition. But true leadership, exceptional leadership, knows how to invest in the present generation, the next generation, and the generation after them, so that they leave a legacy that carries out principles, that carries out conviction, that carries out a mission that is going to be far-reaching, far beyond them, far beyond their potential and their ability. They're prepared to empower, they're prepared to engage and deploy others to fulfill the potential that only they can, not just the leader themselves. That's what makes an exceptional leader above just somebody ordinary, just an ordinary manager, just somebody that floats through life. I was saying to my son last night, we were talking about this, and I said, the problem is that most people never discover who they are. They never discover their ability, their mission in life. They never discover their gift, their skill, their strength. Sometimes they dabble with it and they give it to wherever, to whichever organization, whatever job they find themselves in, purely to make an income every month, get their paycheck, get to the end of the year or end of their life, retire maybe, and then die. They never discover the true strategic purpose that they were designed for. You and I were designed with a strategic purpose, with a specific purpose in mind. And to fulfill that purpose, you've been given something called a sustainable edge. That's what I call it anyway. A sustainable edge, a personal ability, a personal gifting, a personal talent, a strength, something that you have insight into, something that is more than anybody else. And not because you're better than anybody else, just because it's something so personal to you to help you fulfill your strategic purpose. That's what it is there for. So last night we started talking about how to have a sustainable competitive advantage, and I shifted in the episode and started talking about your edge, your differing uniqueness, your differentiating uniqueness, because that's what we got to understand it is. We talk about competitive advantage, of course, because as businesses, as organizations, we competing in the marketplace, whether it's for market share or for product size, etc. So we always competing. But when it comes to your leadership, forget the competition. Forget the competition. I know that leaders have said, if you haven't got a competitive advantage, you shouldn't compete. Well, I'm not here to compete. I'm here to be unique, not to compete. And if I've got to compete always, that's tiring. That is just stressful. That makes other people enemies, and that's not a good principle. That's not a good leadership principle, because it's frustrating, which means you're always trying to beat somebody. You're always trying to be superior. You're always pushing. I knew nothing about leadership. You understand? Yet I was involved. I was experiencing leadership. I was doing leadership, but I had no idea how the principles work, etc., etc. And so I got to the point where, you know, somebody would say, well, I'm reading this book. I would go and read 2 books, because I thought, I'm the leader. I've always got to be ahead of the game. But I didn't realize is that I've actually got to encourage their game. If they were doing something, on a topic, I had to study it more, because I always had to have more knowledge than them. And it's just like, this will kill me. This will wear me out. I don't have to be everything. I don't have to know everything. I don't have to be gifted in every way. I've just got to work with that which is me, my uniqueness, my edge. That is part of my strategic purpose, for me to fulfill that purpose that I'm designed to fulfill. I'm here with a reason, and I need to fulfill that reason. I want to fulfill it. I want to arrive at my day of passing out of this life. I want to be able to say, you know what? I did my best with that which was given to me. I've lived my life with my hair on fire. I've lived my passion. I've contributed my conviction. I've given my story to the world the way that I give it. It could be, however you give it, whatever it is. But do it with passion. Do it with conviction. Do it that it's you. It's your uniqueness. And it's a sustainable, listen, let me give you some of my thoughts here. So leaders have a unique, valuable ability, a skill, a knowledge that stands out, that you are passionate about. You need to ask yourself, what are the things that I do better than anyone else that enables my ongoing success? What is it that I do better than others, that I'm more convicted about than others, that I believe in more than others, that I'm very enthusiastic, very passionate about? But it has to be sustainable. The thing about it is, your personal edge, your personal uniqueness is in fact your greatest strength. Your personal sustainable edge is your greatest strength. It's your ability to fulfill your strategic purpose in the earth. Not being an imitation of someone else. That's not your strength. People are tired of tasting fake. They're tired of coming to find fruit and finding fake fruit. They want to find authentic. They want to find that differentiation. Somebody who believes in what they do. Somebody who's not just getting by, not just doing a job, but who believes that they are doing it for a reason. Listen, the bottom line is that your enterprise, your product, is just a small part of a bigger picture of your strategic purpose. Your position, your job, your role, your function, your purpose is so much bigger than that. It's to impact lives. It's to impact the next generation. It's to raise another generation of leaders, to influence society around you to the point that a new generation of leadership can arise. Oh, if we could only see that. If we could only see that we shouldn't be limited to our lives, to our thinking, to our product, to our service, just going home and making sure that, there is bread on my table. It's so much more than that. I'm not talking about giving away money. I'm talking about giving away the potential, giving away your edge to others to help them find theirs. I'm not trying to make you be like me. I want to inspire you to be you. So your edge can include your functional and your industry knowledge, your professional relationships. It could be your network. That could be your edge. You're able to connect with people. Deep and broad experience working with whatever, that you have great experience, ability to solve a specific problem or get results in specific situations, or its ability or a talent or a gifting that you've turned into a valuable skill. A gifting that's turned into a skill, and it should. Every gifting, every ability, every talent you have, you should develop it until it becomes a skill. If you want to know how to influence, how to inspire people, do that. The people we admire, that's what they've done. They've taken time to develop it. And you can too. You are the exceptional leader this world needs right now. So what do you need to do to find your edge? You need to ask yourself some questions. What talents, skills do I have that set me apart from others in my field? If I was going to be the best in the world in something, what would it be? How do I use my gifts, my talents to help my enterprise, my organization, my company do what it does best? What am I very passionate about? What am I super enthusiastic about? What do I always come back to? What interests me most? Also, you can do a SWOT analysis. Sit down and say strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I'm talking too fast. You need to ask yourself maybe these questions. Maybe you can ask these questions. What is my edge? And what is my gifting? What is my talent? What is my skill? What is my strength? And what is the strengths to my edge? What is my edge? And what are my strengths to that edge? How can I build my edge to get even stronger? How can I develop it? How can I build it to get even stronger? We're talking about strengths now. How can you shore up any weaknesses? Weaknesses? How can you shore up weaknesses to build on your edge and to be the best? Find the gaps and say, what do I need to do to get better in that area? To shore it up, to make it comprehensively that those weaknesses don't become threats to me. What do you need to do over the next 2 to 3 years to continue to get better? So develop it, grow it. That creates opportunities for you. And then finally, your threats is potential threats. What are your potential threats to your edge as the world changes, the market changes, your industry changes, or your organization changes? What potential threats are there? That is a good way, a good exercise. This is a workshop that I do with leaders, with teams, with companies to find their unique edge that they can deliver to their market. Listen, we're all in a market some way or somehow. As a leader, you're in a market to your audience, to your target audience. What is your edge? Develop your edge. Don't try to be all things to all people. Don't try and be somebody else. Be you. There is a uniqueness about you that people need to have, that this world needs right now. All right? So, thanks for being with me. This is Sean saying over and out.